Hello everyone, this is Own Wall Street with the TradersPerspective.com doing my weekend edition of the US dollar index. Usually I do these videos on Saturday or Sunday, but I had a little bit extra time today, so I figured I'd get them out of the way a little bit earlier. Now, the US dollar on the daily time frame did end up closing just a few cents above the area that I was looking for. I was, in fact, looking for a close a little bit closer to about 96.80 or so. But in general, we saw the kind of action that I was looking for, where we were kind of fighting with this trend line here and kind of making our way lower down basically to test these lows. If 96.80 fails, as I mentioned in my last video, then we'd be looking for a test of this level. And looking at the grander scheme of things, you can kind of see that we are a little bit bearish biased, and I'm thinking we go further, and I'll show you here in a second. Okay, and here's a bigger look of things. This is the weekly chart, and you can see that we are essentially, we're below this 23.6 level here, and we've broken below, and now we're trying to build support here. However, in the grand scheme of things, usually when this first level is broken, you end up coming with a test of the 38% level. So that's what I'll be looking for in the coming weeks. Just keep that in mind. I always like to keep a larger perspective of what's happening. But so in the meantime, I'd be looking for some kind of volatility between the current 96.40 and 97 level. So dropping down to the daily time frame and removing the Fibonacci so that we have a little bit of a less cluttered look to our chart. You can see that we've basically been fighting with this trend line here near about 97.20 or so, and failing to really break above. We've just started to slip downwards back to this 96.80 level. So that's going to be the level to watch, as well as this 96.35, obviously, to see that the floor does hold. I wouldn't be surprised to see the US dollar kind of chop around in here a little bit, maybe push a little bit to the upside, and then maybe try the bottom again. It could be a little bit volatile going into the next, early part of the week upcoming. It just seems like we do have a lot of pressure here. We have a break of this trend line here, and then we're now fighting with this newly developed trend line on the lower time frames, as well as looking on the 4-hour time frame. This is also serving as another level of resistance. So we have a lot going on here as far as selling pressure, and we do have some buyers in here in between 96.35 and around 96.80 or so. So it'll be interesting to see how things kind of play out. But right now, I do have a buy signal on my daily signal. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt at this point. I do expect that we're going to see some lower prices for the US dollar coming up. And then it'll have to probably be the Tuesday or Wednesday that really makes the break on whether we go higher or lower. But in the grand scheme of things, I do expect the US dollar to continue on a downward trend. I'm not saying immediately. I'm just saying that over time, in the grander scheme, as far as the weekly trend is concerned, we still have the downside bearishness. If you follow the Fibonacci retracement levels, then you'll understand what I was referring to previously. But that 38.2% level is definitely something to keep an eye on as far as the longer term trend is concerned. Also, I wanted to let you all know that I did go ahead and create playlists for each of the different commodities or currencies that I happen to be charting. So if you go into my playlist section, you'll see that I have created the US dollar, gold, crude oil, natural gas playlists. And also, if you have any type of topics, such as, for example, how do you stay calm in a trade, or, how do you find the ideal situations, or how do you really know when to get into a trade? Different topics. If you want to kind of, if you have a topic that you really want some clarity on, or you would like, some feedback on, just go ahead and either contact me at my email, thetradersperspective@yahoo.com. You can also just comment on one of the videos, and I'd be glad to reply back and then give you a video probably on Sunday at some time. So watch the videos. If you have any other questions or suggestions as far as topics are concerned, or some of my charting and my predictions, go ahead. Please just contact me anyway is the easiest for you. But in the meantime, I appreciate you all for watching and subscribing. I'm on Wall Street. This has been a presentation of the TradersPerspective.com. Have a wonderful weekend.